Youngstown is closer for us, and we found out about the Chicago fares, and very reasonably priced.
So the daily flights worked for that traveler, but struggled to catch on with many others. Today, the financial support for the flights came to an end for those daily flights to the Windy City. Now, we confirmed that news just before 1 o'clock, and since then, we've been talking to decision makers to learn how all of this unfolded.
If you remember, that first flight to Chicago took off July 1st, and less than 2 months later, it's about to be grounded. 27 First News anchor Stan Boney's been talking to those at the center of this decision. He's live tonight in Vienna with what he's learned. Stan?
Well, here outside the main terminal at the Youngstown Warren Regional Airport, we're awaiting on the last flight of the day that will be coming in from Chicago. But the big news today here is the suspension of financial support by the Western Reserve Port Authority to Great Lakes Jet Express and Aerodynamics Incorporated, the company that is making the flights from Youngstown to Chicago. The Port Authority is pulling its financial support, and even though the flights have not officially been canceled, everybody here at the airport believes it won't be long and these flights will be done. Now let me take you to the first day of the flights. This is July 1st, the very first flight returning from Chicago. Water cannons greeted the flight as it flew into the airport. Everybody was expecting big things out of this flight, but all of a sudden today the announcement came that the flights were having problems. And let me show you a graphic here that shows you the reasons for the suspending of that support from the Port Authority. The biggest thing was the connecting flights were below expectations, and the big thing was that Great Lakes Jet Express did not have a deal with United in Chicago to provide connecting flights from Chicago to elsewhere around the world. That agreement was not in place, and that created some major problems. There was also confusion with online booking. There was a problem getting through places like Travelocity, baggage transfers at O'Hare. When you landed at O'Hare through Great Lakes Jet Express, you actually had to pick up your own baggage and carry it to your next connecting flight. Also, the launch date of July 1st. Here at the airport, they thought that was way too late. They really wanted to start in April, and pushing the launch date to July meant that you lost pretty much all of the busiest travel season, which is July itself. Dan Dickten, the airport's director, also said a lot of people were not taking the flights.
We also needed a bookings level of at least $8,500 a day to $15,000 a day to, number one, do well in the beginning and grow towards the direction we needed to, and two, with the $15,000 per day to actually sustain the service.
Now, we also today want to keep in mind that we have not heard from anybody at Great Lakes Jet Express on whether they're actually going to cancel the flights. As of now, there are still flights out of here, both tomorrow and for the rest of the week. But also, I was told today that if you no longer want to take these flights, you can be refunded for your ticket. Live here at the airport in Vienna, Stan Boney, WKBN 27 First News.